Hello lovers of fine timepieces. Many of you expressed the desire to know more about the Frederique and Watch Angels Worldtimer manufacture, and therefore I'm glad today to go in more detail into the design, the movement and the usability of this new watch. First of all, it's a great classic. It's a very elegant piece, and nothing beats an elegant watch. That's the reason why the bigger brother of this watch, the 42mm Worldtimer, is such a successful model and is successful since 2012. So in order to assure elegance in a 40mm piece, so in a smaller piece, the first challenge was to manage the information. Notoriously, Worldtimers have a lot of things printed on the dial. So you have 24 cities, you have a 24-hour time disk, and all this information has to be laid out perfectly and rigorously to obtain a very elegant timepiece. That's what we did. That was the effort of our design. And how did we do that? Simply by choosing the right typography, so very readable, and by assuring a very precise division between the cities on the city disk, dividing them by grooves, which is also a very nice detail on this disk, so that they are all very ordered on the dial. The second aspect, very important, was to take away the date. So by reducing the size, the diameter of the watch, the date would have gone and cover the cities at 6 o'clock. So it has been a natural decision, and this has provided a very clean dial. Thirdly, in order to gain space, we have given an angle to the city disk. In the 42mm version, the disk is flat. Here it is an angle, so which allows for a better use of the space and readability of the cities. And finally, for the sake of preciousness, we added a very nice touch, very nice detail, which is two semi-hemispheres, a moon and a sun, which on the 24-hour city disk divide night and day. It's aesthetically beautiful, but also functional, because it shows at glance whether your city is in day or night. Additionally, speaking about the dial design, you will notice that the hands have a traditional length, and this differs from many other Worldtimers which have short hands. We believe long hands gives a more elegant and balanced look, and to complete the luxury execution of this watch, of course, we have 13 applied indexes on the dial. Passing on to the case. So the case design is completely new. Our effort has been to create the perfect proportions, the perfect balance in 40mm while keeping the same movement. And this has been achieved in particular by firstly having soft curves, but also very sharp bevels, and by finishing the profile of the case with a horizontal brush. So having different layers with different finishing, so polished on top, brushed on the side, and then again polished on the case back. I think the result is really perfect. It provides for a very elegant and timeless design. At the same time, because of the length of the lugs, very comfortable to wear. So passing to the case back. So the case back is open to be able to admire the beautifully finished FC718 movement. So we have opened as much as possible the case back to give this beautiful view on the movement, and we have repeated the same pattern you find on the city disk, where the cities are divided by the grooves. We have applied the same principle to the case back, where the engravings are also divided by grooves. Very interestingly, the movement itself, so the main feature of the F718 movement, has contributed a lot to the design of the watch, because unlike other Worldtimer movements, the F718 allows you to set all the functions with the crown. And this means that there is no additional correctors or crowns which have to be placed on the case, so there is nothing which spoils the purity of the design. Going back to the overall design, I think we can say it's a perfectly balanced watch, which is full of sophisticated and subtle design details, which watch lovers will surely recognize and appreciate. The ingeniousness of the F780 movement can be appreciated when using the watch. All the functions are operated by the crown. And how does it work? Let's say you live in Geneva. You see Geneva here. You pull in first position, you turn the city disk, and you position your local time, that means where you are, you position that at 12 o'clock. So now Geneva is at 12 o'clock. And on the city disk, you will read the time in all other 24 cities, and the 24-hour disk will show you if in that city it is day or night. So very easy to use and to read. In second position, you set the time itself. So very, very simple. And the art of horlogerie is to make complex things simple. So the 718 movement has been fully developed and is manufactured and assembled in-house by Frederique. And it is a beautiful movement, a joy for the eye, because it has the typical Geneva finishes. So Côte de Genève, perlage, blue screws, and an open rotor, which allows you to see more of the movement, and in particular, the balance wheel. The aesthetics of this watch is defined by its colors. For such a refined and elegant piece, we have chosen the true gentleman colors: blue for the dial, black for the strap. These perfectly match the stainless steel case. The strap itself is handmade in Italy with a beautiful grain, which makes it sporty and elegant at the same time, and is matched with a deployment clasp, which is very easy to use. It's very easy to adjust the length of the strap using this clasp. So by closing this watch, we also close this review. For sure, this is a great watch to travel with, to wear every day, to admire every day, and for sure it will go in my private collection. I remind you that the sale is exclusively on Watch Angels until the 13th of March, and on the site itself you find all further information you would like to know about this unique timepiece.